Get him out of here.
Let's hold on. Okay. Don't just sneak up on me like that. Put the gun down, okay? We got some work to do.
I want coverage of those upper windows. If we see any movement...
You know, this all could have been a mind game. They may not be intending to release any hostages.
You said they agreed, as a show of good faith.
I know you're hoping they'll release Robin, but the ringleader specifically mentioned Elizabeth Weber.
Yes, and if Elizabeth and the baby are in distress, then they may need emergency care.
Yeah. Looking for Dr. Patrick Drake.
Yeah, that's me.
Dr. Russell Ford, Senior Staff, General Hospital. You were notified about a head trauma case that requires your expertise.
Yes, I called Nurse Johnson.
Refusing to respond to a page is unacceptable.
We're waiting for a hostage to come out of that building. We have reason to believe that they're going to need medical care.
There are paramedics on hand. You required at the hospital, Dr. Drake. That's why you make the big bucks.
I'm not leaving.
Perhaps I haven't been clear. If you refuse, I'll bring you in front of the State Review Board. I will have your license revoked.
It's just trying to help, Lulu.
By encouraging a ridiculous investigation?
Who does the girl think she is, Nancy Drew?
And where did she get the notion that anybody but Laura killed Rick?
Because Laura told her.
Laura was the one that remembered killing him.
Yeah, well, apparently the news is that before Laura relapsed, she told Lulu that she thought she was innocent, and Lulu promised to prove it.
She probably had no idea what she was saying.
What if Laura's right, huh? What if somebody else killed Rick Weber and let Laura think that she did?
Well, that would be a terrible tragedy. But at this late date, it's completely useless to Laura because she has an incurable condition. You hope.
You know, it doesn't matter. Lulu needs to do this anyway. It gives her something positive to focus on, at least.
Why not try stamp collecting? Or better yet, attend that overpriced school that we're funding her tuition for.
The girl has been looking at her life, wondering what matters and what doesn't, and who she is and where she's going.
Oh, no. You are projecting your own indecisiveness onto Lulu. Yes, you are.
No. Figuring out who killed Rick Weber gives her something to hold on to. She gets to help her mother, and I understand that. I want Lulu to feel like she's accomplishing something.
If you want to make the girl happy, send her on a cruise. But don't make more trouble for poor Alan or whoever else did the deed.
Grandfather, somebody murdered this man and let an innocent woman take the blame for it. And ultimately, that woman lost her sanity.
Now, Laura did not deserve what happened, but Rick Weber did. His original affair with Monica caused turmoil in this town for years. When he came back, he took up with her again.
What's my excuse? I loved Rick, but I married Alan anyway, and for years I thought I had just settled. And maybe that's the cruelest irony. Because as it turns out, it was Alan I belonged with all along.
No. Keep Mr. and Mrs. Corinthos apart. They're wonderfully entertaining individuals, but put them together and they're tediously devoted spouses. If you keep them apart, perhaps they won't create any discord to other members of our party. Sit.
Of course, I'd rather be in the hospital, but I'm not in critical condition. Your father is.
What if you're really in labor?
I'm not, okay? I refuse to be. And if for some reason this baby decides to come early, it's going to take hours, okay? And I'm going to be fine. We'll all be out of here by then.
Very, very noble. Bravo. You know as well as I that your friend's lying. She's only trying to make it easier for you to ignore her crisis.
Well, don't listen to
If you choose Elizabeth, your poor father won't survive. If you choose him, an innocent baby will be born or die right here in this lobby. This is a watershed moment. Pay attention, girl.
Some fearless leader you are. Bullying women around?
Will you
take some last guts?
Up! You are such a bad example to your fellow hostages.
One. Emily has to choose between her dying father and the mother-to-be. If you kill her boyfriend, she'll be too hysterical to decide.
That's true. Let's find another target.
Max!
Hey, sit down! Who matters most, Mrs. Corinthos? Max or Sonny? Because if you don't sit down and shut up, I'll put a bullet in Sonny's head right now. Very prudent. Do you have anything else to add? Feel free to answer now that your temper is under control. I always find your comments very amusing.
Max needs medical attention.
Yes, I can see that. But you see, our medical personnel is running a little thin. Dr. Allen's in a condition. Nurse Elizabeth is about to give birth. There's intern Emily, of course, but she's a little preoccupied at the moment. So who's it going to be? I think it's going to be the priest. Perhaps you can give him a little spiritual comfort as Paul Max bleeds to death. Oh, on second thought, Max can't possibly bleed to death from a shoulder wound. Let's see if my aim is a little more accurate.
You're starting to lose it, Mr. Craig. I thought Emily was the one that was supposed to choose. Wasn't that going to be the big event? She chooses between her father and her friend?
Do you enjoy gambling, Michael Corinthos Jr.? Because I can assure you, you're pushing your luck. But you do make a valid point. Emily has had more than enough time to think about it. So think about it, Emily.
I've made my choice.
You have to choose Elizabeth. You can't let her baby die.